Hey y'all, this is Southern Woods here. Welcome back to another Ages of Conflict War simulation. Last time around, I saw y'all in the year 1100, alright, with that big old North American Civil War we're so used to now. And the Plains Creek ran away with it that time. They had a pretty convincing win throughout. Had good control of the whole game. Well, now in our own timeline, the map is slightly different in the year 1200, alright? One of the big noticeable things is the Athabascan people who did really good last video are no longer a thing. It only took 100 years. We have an extra tribe in present-day Cuba, the Saboni people. All three tribes or peoples that were in Mexico last time around no longer there, so the Zapotec gone. And then we have the Blackfoot Confederacy popped up, as well as a couple others for a total of 46 this time around. Place your bets. Who is going to win? If you like this, hit me with that like button and let's begin. Alright, of course, we're going to have the big race for territory. You know, Mexico is all ripe for the taking. We have our first wars being declared, like the Nez Perce going against the brand new Blackfoot Confederacy. Alright, and of course we have alliances forming. Alright, our first to fall is going to be the Squamish people, conquered by the Musqueam up here in the northwest. Alright, we have the Chippewa, which may be new this time around, going down south. Alright, trying to take out the Middle Mississippian, battling for some Great Lake territory. We already have puppets being formed. The Nez Perce, or Pierce, being a puppet of the Plains Creek, which they did a little bit last video. Alright, some puppetry. We have a big, messy naval and island wars going on down south. The Muskogee trying to get some of the Caribbean. We have the Penobscot people conquered by the Markland up here, and the Comanche conquered by the Pueblo. All right, very prominent tribal name, the Comanche, falling early. We also have the Pomo being conquered by the Ohlone. Big war over here, all right. But the Caddoan Mississippian are going to be conquered by the Plaquemine Mississippian. We have 40 nations. Let's just take a look at the statistics here. Of course, the largest, Plains Creek, all right, they have that advantage, followed by the Innu and the Mogollon people, who actually swallowed up a lot of Mexico. Talking about the economy, the Innu actually the richest this time around so far, followed by the Pueblo out west, and then the Plains Creek. And then finally, let's look at these alliances real quick. Turn on the alliance map. The Plains Creek, of course, make up a big alliance. They have a puppet going on, and then the Chippewa Commonwealth, all right, them and the Sioux, looking pretty big over here. All right, let's see how things switch up as we continue here. Of course, if you're a big history nerd, as we go through this timeline, you're probably getting more and more excited. If you're a big fan of U.S. history, that's going to be coming up a little bit later. But if you're a fan of this history that we don't hear about that much, all right, the pre-U.S. tribal history of America, you know, this is kind of cool to speculate and see. The Crows were conquered by the Shoshone people, so the Crow Indian fall fairly early in this matchup. We have a lot of battles down in the middle of the U.S. The Yokots also going to be conquered by the Shoshone, so they're kind of grown in size out west. We have the Hitsuk people conquered by the Musqueam, so they get another dub, their second of the match. Now we have the Kiowa, who did somewhat well last video, conquered by the Pueblo, who are doing pretty good themselves. Lakota also going to be conquered by the Pueblo. Alright, we have the Nez Perce who are going to revolt against the Plains Creek. We'll see how that goes for them. The Wintu have fallen out west. A lot to keep up with. We have the Taino people who aren't holding the Caribbean well as the St. John's make a naval push. They're pretty close. Yes, they're going to do well there. Also, the Maidu and Spiro people all fall. And then the Blackfoot Confederacy joining the Chippewa Commonwealth. That's going to be pretty big. 3 big tribal names in history all teaming up. Meanwhile, we have the Middle Mississippian flooding down south, and they're going to take out, looks like the Plaquemine Mississippian. Almost took out the Choctaw too, but they have some of Mexico if they need. Although I don't think there's a city down there, so they can't escape necessarily. Oh, wow. Huge. Plains Creek fallen to the Innu. So our previous champion has fallen. Wow. Let's see how that shakes up the statistics here. Looking at the alliance map. Operation Fort Ancient Mississippian is going to be the biggest so far with them in the Innu. The Pawnee Pact and the Chippewa Commonwealth also pretty big themselves. Looking at economy, the richest is going to be the Pueblo. It's closely behind the Innu, and then kind of drop off is going to be the Sioux over there. Talking about size, of course, the Innu by far, followed by the Middle Mississippian and the Pueblo people. So let's see what happens. Markland's going to fall to the Innu. They get a lot of present-day Canada. The Nez Perce, who, were able to revolt against the Plains Creek and survive all that, are conquered by the Klamash people. Oh, we have the Siboney people. All right, they're pushing against the St. John's, and it looks like they're going to take them out and get sole control of the Caribbean. Now they're going to push aggressively and take out the Muskogee. Wow. That was quite the offensive right there. Now we have the Blackfoot Confederacy pushing against the Tlingit and the Musqueam. The Abenaki people going to fall to the Choanoke. All right. A lot of wars going on now. Patayan going to fall to the Pueblo, so the Pueblo get yet another dub. Innu has to move their capital as the Sioux falls to the Middle Mississippian, who are making a lot of moves right now. We just see the Choanoke kind of wrapping around, suffocating the Innu a little bit. Less than 20 nations left. The Shoshone going to fall to the Klamath, which are looking pretty big over here in this kind of middle northwestern area. The Innu, they're not doing too hot. They're going to fall. So another big one falls. The Choanoke, if they can hold their capital down and hold back these tribes, they may do really good. Blackfoot Confederacy being suffocated on multiple fronts. They're going to fall. Meanwhile, the Fort Ancient Mississippian conquered by the Choanoke. So all we have left is the Middle Mississippian out of those. Chippewa also going to fall. And then the Sioux fell, long ago. So that whole alliance system no longer. Pueblo conquered, that was a huge thing. I didn't even realize the Apache made a move like that. Too busy running my mouth. And the Choctaw also conquered by the Mogollon. Wow, and then the Klamath conquered by the Ohlone, but a lot of people are going to rush in and get that. So now we have 9 nations left. All right, Tlingit, Musqueam, Ohlone, Chumash, Mogollon. Over here, the Siboney, Middle Mississippian, Choanoke, and then the Vinland. All right, the Choanoke going to take out Vinland, and then Middle Mississippian fell. So Choanoke looking pretty big, but can they keep their economy up? That's the thing. Looks like they couldn't. They just ran out of economy, so now most everyone's turning on them. Mogollon people, wow. Wow, the Ohlone, what a move. Holy crap. 5 nations left all of a sudden. Ohlone. Fighting against everyone. We have an alliance here. And that alliance is going to work out for a minute. The Tlingit fell. The Siboney fell. The Choanoke, who were doing so good, fell, so it's the Ohlone. And then the Chumash united into the Ohlone people. So, wow, that one was pretty hectic there at the end. A lot happened, but the Ohlone kind of came out of nowhere and took control, made some moves, and it worked out for them. They're the winners here in the year 1200. So again, hit me with that like button if you like this. If you want to see more of these Ages of Conflict simulations or outdoor videos, food reviews, definitely hit that subscribe button and join the Southern Woods community. Without further ado, I will see y'all in the year 1300. Southern Woods out.